Hey, I'm Pastor Eli, and today I had a thought that occurred to me on my way out to play soccer. I play soccer in the mornings to stay healthy, to get some exercise in for the day. And it's getting a little colder out here in western Colorado. The leaves are starting to turn. And it's that time of the year, my favorite time of the year, where I get to wear all of the sweatshirts and jackets that I've stored away for the summer. This is one of them. It says USLE. I was a student literature evangelist. My wife did 2 years of that with me. I did it for several years. And I did it here in Colorado and also a little bit in Wyoming. This was given to us at the end of each season. And I learned a lot during that time, but there was something that really stood out to me while I was a literature evangelist, which is just a fancy way of saying somebody who goes door to door and gives out religious literature. And sometimes people give donations, and that helps me go to school, or that helped me get through school, rather. Well, when we're going through, we meet all sorts of people. I've had people throw doors in my face. I've had people cuss at me. I've had people tell me that I'm doing the devil's work. I don't know why they would think that, but I've seen and heard a lot from people at their best and people at their worst. There's always good days, there's always bad days, and there's always good and bad in all days. But there's something that has always stuck with me since then, and I remembered it when I wore this sweatshirt. And that's that no matter where you go, no matter who you meet, do your best to represent Jesus. Because for that person, especially if they're non-Christian, you might be the only likeness of Christ that they'll see that day. In other words, you might be the only bit of Jesus that they get for that day. And I believe, as a Christian, that everybody would benefit from having more Jesus in their life. That being said, I wanted to share this Bible verse. It immediately reminded me of one of the teachings of Jesus in Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 and 14 talk about being the salt of the earth and also being the light of the earth. I want to read verse 14. It says, "You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they might see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven." Jesus clearly wasn't teaching legalism here, but instead he was talking about the importance of works and the importance of an attitude and the importance of a lifestyle has a lot to do with how people perceive us. The beginning of the Gospel of John talks about the demise of humanity, of how they had embraced darkness and they rejected the light when they saw it. But I believe that there are still people out there today who are looking for light. We can be that light in their lives, even if just for an instant. Even if you just see somebody who's having a bad day, always put your best foot first. Always put the best of what you've been able to learn from your Christian experience at the forefront, so that when people see that, they see Jesus. We also have this exact same conversation happening with Paul, who tells one of his churches, he says, "Be imitators of me as I have been imitator of Christ." It's this idea that we are representatives of Jesus on this planet. So that's my encouragement to you. I hope that it's not just an encouragement for you for your everyday life, but also an invitation that anywhere you go, anywhere we go, we can give the light of Jesus to those around us, even if it's the only light that they get, especially if it's the only light that they get that day. Some people are going through their lives without Jesus at all. So I think that getting to have the opportunity to be a little bit of Jesus in the life of somebody just for a moment can really make their day. It might not, but I think I've seen instances where it really does make their day. Thank you. That's my Bible thought for today. I hope that you are blessed. If this was a blessing to you, go ahead and share it with a friend. If you have church family that you want to share it with, by all means. I try to post these regularly on a weekly basis. So, you guys have a nice week. I'll see you next time.